Hello students, till now we have seen so many things in the lesson of motion. Okay, alright. For example, what is motion, rest, distance, displacement, then velocity, speed, average speed, so many things, isn't it? Yes. Your last class we have discussed the differences between speed and velocity. What is speed and what is velocity? Your numerical also we have seen. Alright. So in this session we are going to revise. So what we have studied in first video class, because this is your revision class, isn't it? This period for this session for only revision. Okay, so as well as we are going to see corresponding worksheet. Okay, first video class corresponding worksheet also we are going to revise it, because this is revision period, isn't it? Yes. So in first video class, what we have seen? In first video class we have seen what is motion, rest, distance, displacement, and units for both distance and displacement, then uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity, so many things. Your numericals, we have seen numericals also. So in this session, we are going to see the same things. So what are the things we have seen in first video class? In this session we are going to revise again, isn't it? Yes. So let's start with what is motion, rest, distance and displacement, isn't it? Yes. First question, what is motion? What is motion, sir? So motion means, in simple sentence I will say, motion means what is that? That is movement. Okay, an object position changes from one place to another place with respect to time or surroundings. That is motion, isn't it? Okay, I am going to write the definition for motion on the board. Look at here. Motion. What is motion? Motion means an object position changes. An object position changes with respect to time. That is motion. An object position changes with respect to time. Okay, time or reference point, we can say. Or reference points, or instead of time we can use a reference point also. That is motion. Okay, an object position changes with respect to time. That is motion. Okay, what is that meaning, sir? What is the meaning? Okay, consider one object. Okay, I have an object. What is that? Rifle. I have a rifle which is located in north direction. Okay, from me. Am I right? I have a rifle that is located in north direction from me. Okay. After a few seconds, that rifle comes to this position. Okay, now the rifle is in south direction from me. Am I right? South direction from me. Okay, here the rifle position has changed from this point to that point. Am I right? The rifle position has changed from this point to that point. How much? Okay, how long it has taken to move from this point to that point? How long? So maybe there is 2 seconds. So with respect to 2 seconds, the rifle position has changed from this point to that point. Am I right? So we can say this rifle is in motion. Am I right? So whenever an object position changes with respect to time, we can say that object at motion, isn't it? Object position continuously changing, okay, with respect to time. That is motion, isn't it? Yes. Next question, what is rest? Next one, that is what is rest? That is second one. Rest actually that is directly opposite to motion. Okay, so in motion the object position changes, okay, with respect to time. But in rest, object position never changes with respect to time or surroundings or whatever it is. That is called, what is that? That is rest, isn't it? Yes, that's the same thing. Okay, I have a rifle. Okay, that is located in north direction from me. Okay, a rifle that is located in north direction from me. Okay, so whatever the time, the rifle position never changed here and there. Okay, the rifle position never changed with respect to time. Okay, so we can say the rifle at rest, isn't it? So whenever an object position never change, okay, with respect to time, a reference point or surroundings, so whatever it is, we can say the object at rest, isn't it? So here, okay, since still the rifle is the same position. Okay, the rifle positions never change here and there, isn't it? So we can say the rifle at rest, isn't it? Yes. So rest means nothing but an object position. An object position does not change with time. Over a time, that is called, what is that? That is rest. I'm going to write the definition. Look at here. An object does not change its direction, change its position with respect to time or surroundings. That is called rest. That is called rest, isn't it? Okay, first one, motion. The object position changes with respect to time. That is motion. Yes. But in rest, the object positions never change with respect to time or surroundings. Okay, so that is called, what is that? That is rest. That is the difference between motion and rest, isn't it? Okay, for example, I'm standing in front of you. I'm standing in front of you. My positions never change. Okay, whatever the time, my positions never change here and there. So I can say my body at rest. Okay, so even though I'm talking in front of you, my position doesn't change. Right, my position doesn't change. So due to which I can say my body is in rest. Okay, because positions never change with respect to time or surroundings. Okay, isn't it? So that is the difference between the motion and rest. Okay, so next after the motion and rest, reference point. Okay, what is that? That is a reference point. So what is reference point, sir? Okay, that is next question. What is reference point? Listen here. If someone asks you, so where is your house? What will you say? Okay, do you say my house is here and there? Like that? No. Suppose if someone asks me where is my house, I will say my house is located 2 kilometers away from the government hospital. Okay, my house is located 2 kilometers. Okay, 2 kilometers away from the government hospital towards east direction. Isn't it? So listen here. I'm going to draw that scenario. So this is hospital. My house is here. Okay, listen here. Here my house is located. My house is located 2 kilometers away from the government hospital towards east direction. Isn't it towards east direction? Okay, so with the help of this information, you can easily find out. You can easily find out my address, my house. Am I right? Yes. Suppose the government hospital is not here. This hospital is not here. Okay, can you find my house? No, you cannot find my house. Okay, look at here. Because house is what is that? House is a landmark. My house is a landmark. So landmark means nothing but what is that? Okay, landmark means that is a reference point. Isn't it? That is reference point. So with the help of reference point, here which is reference point? Hospital. This hospital is a reference point. This hospital is a reference point, isn't it? Yes. So with the help of this reference point, we can easily observe the position of the object. Am I right? So here my house is located 2 kilometers away from the hospital in east direction. Am I right? So this is object. So with the help of the reference point, this is reference point. Hospital is a reference point. So with the help of this reference point, we can say the position of the object. Am I right? We can say the position of the object. Okay. So next one. So next one is example. Listen here. The next one example for reference point. Listen here. So consider one tree. Okay, consider one tree. This is tree. Okay, consider one car. Consider one car. The car is located 2 meters away from the tree. Isn't it? Consider one tree. Then one car which is parked or located. Okay, so in front of the tree, okay, 2 meters away from the tree. Okay, 2 meters away from the tree. Okay, then after a few seconds, the car that is parked 10 meters. How much? 10 meters away from the tree. Isn't it? 10 meters away from the tree. Okay, listen here. Consider one tree, one car, a car that is parked 2 meters away from the tree. 2 meters away from the tree. Yes. Then after a few seconds, the car comes to this position. The car comes to this position from here. Okay, so now the car that is parked 10 meters away from the tree. 10 meters away from the tree, isn't it? Yes. Here, in both cases, we can say the car position. Okay, we can say the car's position with help of tree, isn't it? With the help of this tree. Suppose if tree is not here. Suppose the tree is not here. Can you say the position of the car? Okay, we can say the car that is parked. The car that is parked 2 kilometers away from where? Away from where? That is question. We can say the car that is parked 10 meters away from what? Away from where? That is the big question, isn't it? So we can say the car's position with respect to what is that? With respect to this tree. Am I right? With respect to this tree. Here, tree is a reference point. Okay, so tree is a reference point. Isn't it? What is that? Tree is a reference point. Okay, so here we can say the car that is parked 2 meters away from the tree. Here in second case, the car that is parked 10 meters away from the tree. Isn't it? In both cases, we can say the position of the object, which means the position of the car with respect to the tree, because tree is a reference point. Am I right? Tree is a reference point. Isn't it? It's very simple. So reference points mean nothing but reference point means anything. Okay, so anything from which the position of the object is observed. Okay, position of the object is observed. So that is reference point. Here tree acts as a reference point. In first case, hospital that is act as a reference point, isn't it? So reference point means nothing but anything. Okay, anything from which the position of the object is observed, isn't it? So that is reference point. Okay, another example. So I am standing in front of you. I am standing in front of the camera. Okay, actually, sir. So I am 1 meter. Okay, I am 1 meter away from the camera. When I do a little bit like this, my position has changed from that point to this point. Okay, now I am standing in front of the camera. Maybe it's 1.5 meters away from the camera. Isn't it? So my position has changed from that point to this point. Okay, here in both cases I can say my position with respect to that camera. With respect to that camera. Okay, here which is reference point? Camera is a reference point. Okay, isn't it? Camera is a reference point. So reference point means nothing but anything. Okay, so anything from which the position of the object is observed, whether the object is rest or motion. That is what is that? That is reference point, isn't it? Very easy one. Okay, so first we have seen what is that? Motion, second one rest, and third one reference point, isn't it? Yes. Next one distance and displacement. Okay, so next one is the distance and displacement. Yes. So distance and displacement. Okay, so already we have seen. So what is distance and what is displacement? Alright. So next we are going to revise that again. What is distance and displacement? Okay, consider a boy. Okay, consider a boy. That boy standing here. That boy's house is here. Look at here. Okay, so this is that boy's house. Okay, to consider the boy standing here. That boy's house is here. Okay, that boy wants to go to his house. that boy wants to go to his house, isn't it? Yes. Here, that boy can go through this path, okay, or this path, or this one, or that one, isn't it? Okay, consider your boy, the boy standing here. That boy house is here. That boy wants to go to his house. Okay, here that boy can go. That boy can go to his house. Okay, so through this way. Path 1. This is path 1, path 2, path 3. This is path 4. Okay, so that boy can go to his house through path 1 or path 2 or 3 or path 4. Isn't it? So what is that meaning, sir? What is that meaning, sir? That is next question. Okay, listen here. There is some distance. Okay, so there is some gap between the boy and the boy's house. Am I right? So this actual length, which means the total length between 2 points. Okay, what are the 2 points? The boy first point and his house that is second point. Okay, so the total length. Okay, the total length between 2 points, that is distance, isn't it? That is distance. So here the boy can go to his house through path 1 or path 2 or path 3 or path 4. That is actual length. That is entire length between 2 points, isn't it? So that is distance. Okay, the entire length between 2 points. Okay, or the total length between 2 points. Okay, so that is, what is that? That is distance, isn't it? That is distance. But what is displacement, sir? What is displacement? Okay, so this is initial question and this is final question of that boy. Amare, initially that boy standing here and finally that boy comes to his house. Okay, this is initial question and final question. Okay, which is shortest distance between 2 points? Okay, so this is shortest distance between 2 points. So this shortest distance between 2 points, that is called, what is that? That is displacement. This is displacement. What is that? That is displacement. The shortest distance between 2 points. Okay, that is called displacement. But what is distance? What is distance? Distance means the total length between 2 points. The total length, the actual length between 2 points. That is distance. But which is shortest distance between 2 points? That is displacement, isn't it? That is displacement, very simple. Okay, so I am going to give another example. Look at here. Okay, so normal is here and salam is here. Okay, consider this normal and salam is here. Okay, so you are standing, so you are in normal. You are in normal. You want to go to salam. Okay, you want to go to salam, isn't it? Yes, here you can go to salam. Okay, you can go to salam through Tiruchendur, here this is Thurai. Isn't here? Ramal is here and Salam is here. Okay, so you are in Namakkal, you want to go to Salam. You want to go to Salam, isn't it? Yes. Here you can go to Salam. Okay, you can go to Salam from Namakkal through this Tiruchendur to Salam. Tiruchendur to Salam. So or otherwise you can go to Salam through Thurayur to Salam. Am I right? Thurayur to Salam. Okay, so this is actual. This is the actual distance between 2 points. Okay, so it's the actual length between 2 points. That is, what is that? That is distance. But which is shortest distance between Namakkal and Salam? That is displacement. Am I right? That is displacement. So it will be displacement. What is this? This is displacement. So the shortest distance between 2 points, any 2 points. Okay, shortest distance between any 2 points. What is that? That is displacement. Isn't it? That is displacement. But what is distance? The total path length. The total path length between 2 points. That is distance. Isn't it? That is distance, very simple, so don't get confused. Okay, so this is distance and displacement. Okay, so in mathematically it's a displacement. Displacement has some formula to find out the displacement magnitude. Okay, so what is that, sir? So displacement is nothing but that is final position minus initial position, isn't it? Final position minus initial position, that is what is that? That is displacement. So displacement mathematically, displacement which is equal to what is that? Final position minus initial position. Yes, final position minus initial position. So this is for numerical purpose to find out the displacement value. Final position minus initial position, that is equal to what is that? That is displacement, isn't it? But what is distance? Distance, that is the total path length. Okay, the total path length between 2 points, that is distance. You don't get confusion, it's very easy. Okay, yes. So next one, distance. Distance, whether it is vector quantity or scalar quantity. Distance, whether it is vector quantity or scalar quantity. Distance is a what quantity? Do you think it is vector quantity? No, that's not possible. Distance is a scalar quantity, so whereas displacement is a vector quantity. Okay, first of all, what is vector quantity and what is scalar quantity? So vector quantity means nothing but the quantity which has both magnitude and direction. Both magnitude and direction, that is vector quantity. The quantity which has only magnitude, there is no direction, that is scalar quantity, isn't it? That is scalar quantity. Okay, so here now we are going to see distance and displacement, that is vector quantity or scalar quantity. Okay, first start with what is that? Distance. First we are going to see distance, that is vector quantity or scalar quantity. After that we will see about the displacement. Okay, so listen here, this is what? This is north direction. So this is south direction. This is east. Then this is west direction. This is west direction. Then this one, what is that? This is northeast. Northeast direction. Then this is southeast direction. Then this one, this is southwest direction. Then this one, northwest direction. Northwest direction. Okay. So now we are going to see. So y. Okay. So y. Distance is under the category of scalar quantity, isn't it? Yes. Isn't it? So this is initial position of that boy. Am I right? This is initial position of that boy. Initially that boy is standing in which direction? Southeast direction. Isn't it? Look at here. Initially that boy is standing in southwest direction. Southwest direction. So after that, after few seconds, that boy moves towards what direction? Northwest direction. Northwest direction. Then after some time, the boy moves towards north direction, and finally the boy comes towards northeast direction. Am I right? Northeast direction. So look at here. In distance, the direction of the path length continuously changing. Okay, am I right? In distance, the direction of the path length continuously changing. Okay, so we should not consider the direction, isn't it? Because here, okay, in distance, the direction path length continuously changing. Okay, the path length direction is continuously changing, so we should not consider that, isn't it? But the distance has what is the magnitude? What is magnitude, sir? Magnitude, that is number. Okay, for example, the distance between that boy and the boy house, maybe that is 2 kilometers. What is that? 2 kilometers. Here, 2 kilometers is what is that? That is magnitude, but there is no direction, isn't it? Because in every point, okay, so in distance, in every point, the direction continuously changing. So we should not consider that, isn't it? So here, distance has only magnitude. What is the magnitude? 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers of magnitude, but there is no direction because direction continuously changing. So due to which the distance under the category of scalar quantity. Okay, so distance is a scalar quantity. Distance scalar quantity. What is the distance scalar quantity? Okay. Then what is displacement, sir? Displacement is vector quantity and scalar quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity, isn't it? Displacement is a vector quantity. Why? Because it has both magnitude as well as direction. Okay, listen here. This is displacement. Alright, so this is displacement. So here the boy, okay, the boy continuously moves, okay, towards what direction? From south to west to northeast direction. Isn't it? Not only northeast direction. So here that boy specifies particular direction. Alright, that boy moves towards particular direction, which means only one direction. What is the direction? Towards northeast direction, isn't it? So due to which we can say the displacement has both magnitude as well as direction. What is the magnitude, sir? What is the magnitude? So already we know the displacement value is always greater than the what is that? Greater than the displacement value. Okay, which means if the distance value is 2 km, whatever the displacement will be less than 2 km. Alright, less than 2 km. So it may be 1 km. What is the displacement value? May be 1 km. Look at here. Here the displacement magnitude. Okay, notice one. Displacement magnitudes are always lesser than the distance magnitude. Because why? Because that is shortest distance between 2 points. Okay, shortest distance between 2 points, that is displacement. So due to which the magnitude of the displacement is always lesser than the magnitude of the distance, isn't it? So this displacement has both magnitude, 1 kilometer's magnitude towards northeast direction, isn't it? So it has both magnitude and direction. So due to which it is under the category of vector quantity, isn't it? So displacement is a vector quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude as well as direction, isn't it? Yes. So what is the unit, sir? What is the unit of both distance and displacement? Both distance and displacement we will see next one time. Unit of distance and displacement. Okay, yes. First one, distance. Okay, what is the unit of distance? What is the unit of distance? The SI unit of distance. The SI unit of distance, that is meter. Am I right? The SI unit of distance, that is meters, denoted by the letter small m. Isn't it? What is that? Small m. Okay, but so many units are there. Okay, to find the distance between 2 points, so many units are there. Okay, so many units are there like kilometer, centimeter, and millimeter, even miles are available. Okay, so many units are there: meter, kilometer, centimeter, millimeter, and miles. Okay, but SI unit of distance only meter. Okay, SI unit of distance only meter. Okay, then this kilometer for to measure the bigger quantities. Okay, for example, the distance between Navagal and Trichy, that is 100 km. Okay, here we should not use millimeter or centimeter here, isn't it? Because that is a bigger quantity, larger quantity, isn't it? Yes. Next one, this millimeter and centimeter. Okay, this millimeter and centimeter for to measure smaller quantities. Okay, smaller quantities. Okay, for example, so what is the length of? Okay, so what is the length of this duster? Okay, can you measure in kilometer? No, because that is bigger quantity. Okay, in this situation we can use centimeter or millimeter, isn't it? So many units are there. So many units are there to measure the distance, that is meter, kilometer, centimeter, millimeter, miles. But SI unit of, okay, note this point, SI unit of distance, that is meter. Then this kilometer and miles, that is for to measure the bigger quantities, okay, larger quantities. Next one is centimeter and millimeter, that is for smaller quantities, okay, to measure the smaller things, the distance between two smaller quantities, isn't it? Yes. So next one is displacement. Next one is that is displacement. What is the unit of displacement? Okay, here both distance and displacement SI units same. Am I right? Both distance, already we have studied that. Both distance and displacement SI units same. What is that? That is also meter. The SI unit of displacement also, that is also meter, isn't it? Both distance and displacement, SI unit, what is that? That is meter, isn't it? It's very simple. Okay, so what is distance and what is displacement? Distance means nothing but the total path length between 2 points. Okay, so that is distance. Okay, so distance is a vector quantity or scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity because it has only magnitude, there is no direction. Next one, displacement. What is displacement? The shortest distance between 2 points. Shortest distance between 2 points, that is displacement. Okay, displacement is vector quantity or scalar quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude as well as direction, isn't it? So next one, the unit of distance. What is unit of distance? Meter. The SI unit of distance, that is meter. What is the SI unit of displacement? That is also meter. So both distance and displacement SI unit same, that is meter, isn't it? Yes. See, already we know that distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. So even though both quantities different, okay, in some cases the distance and displacement magnitude will be same, isn't it? The distance and displacement magnitude will be same in most of the cases, not all cases, in most of the cases, isn't it? In most of the cases the magnitude of the distance will be equal to magnitude of the displacement. We will see that, isn't it? Yes. The next one, the distance and displacement can have same magnitude. Okay, next one, the distance and displacement can have same magnitude. Okay, so even though distance under the category of scalar quantity and displacement under the category of vector quantity, okay, in some cases the magnitude of the distance and displacement will be same. Distance and displacement will be same. So now we are going to see that cases. Okay, yes. First one, consider objects. Okay, now I'm going to take car. Okay, so consider a car. Consider a car. The car is in position A. The car is in position A, isn't it? Then after a few minutes, the car comes to position B, isn't it? First consider a car. The car is in position A. Then after a few minutes, the car comes to position B. Okay, here which is initial position of the car and which is final position of the car. So A is the initial position. Am I right? So A is the initial position of the car and B is the final position of the car. B is the final position of the car, isn't it? Now, okay, listen here. The car comes to position B. Okay, here the total length is covered by the car, that is 10 kilometer. What is that? That is 10 kilometers. Which means the distance between initial position of the car and final position of the car, that is 10 kilometers. Now we find out the distance and displacement. Okay, so what is the distance covered by the car as well as displacement covered by the car? The first one, distance. Okay, the first one, distance. Already you know what is distance. What is distance? The total path length between 2 points. Okay, so this is first point, that is second point. Okay, which is initial point, final point. Okay, so what is the total length covered by this car? How much? That is 10 km. Am I right? So the distance is equal to 10 km. Distance that is equal to 10 km. Am I right? So what is displacement? What is the displacement? So already we know displacement. What is that? Final position minus initial position. Okay, final position minus initial position or the shortest distance between 2 points. Am I right? Here which is final position, which is initial position. So this is final final position and this is initial position. Alright. So displacement is equal to final position of the body minus initial position. Alright, minus initial position. Okay, so we have this final position. Final position magnitude how much? Okay, the car starts its journey from point A, then after a few minutes, the car comes to position B. Okay, here the car covered 10 kilometer. Alright, 10 kilometer. So final position how much? 10 kilometer. Final position 10 kilometer. Minus initial position, at the position of A, the car at rest. Alright, the car at rest. So here the distance covered by the car 0. Alright, so initial position 0. Isn't it? Yes. So now what is the displacement value? Displacement. Now what is the displacement? Displacement is equal to 10 kilometer. Alright, 10 kilometer. So look at here distance covered by the car, that is 10 kilometer. Then displacement covered by the car, that is also 10 kilometer. Isn't it? So here the magnitude of the displacement that is equal to the magnitude of the displacement. That is displacement. Alright, the magnitude of the distance that is equal to the magnitude of the displacement, isn't it? So in what condition? So under what condition the magnitude of the distance will be equal to the magnitude of the displacement? So when the object moves along a straight path, when an object moves along a straight path, the magnitude of the distance will be equal to magnitude of the displacement, isn't it? So whenever an object moves along a straight path, okay, note this point. So whenever an object moves along a straight path, okay, so a straight line, the magnitude of the distance will be equal to magnitude of the displacement, isn't it? So in this condition, okay, so in this condition, the magnitude, the both distance and displacement magnitude will be same, isn't it? So very simple. Okay, so next one. So next one is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. What is that? Uniform and non-uniform motion. Yes. Uniform and non-uniform motion. Okay, first one, what is uniform? Uniform means that is equal. Uniform means that is equal. Okay, an object covers equal distances in equal interval of time. That is uniform motion. Okay, so whereas non-uniform motion, an object covers unequal distances in equal interval of time. Okay, here time constant, time never change. Okay, but distance covered by the object, that is changing, isn't it? So in uniform motion, an object covers equal distances in equal interval of time. So whereas in non-uniform motion, an object covers unequal distances in equal interval of time, isn't it? Okay, so let's see that. To consider a car. That car starts its journey from point A. Okay, the car starts its journey from point A. Then in 1 hour, the object covers 25 kilometer. How much? 25 kilometer. When next 1 hour, the car covers same 25 kilometer. And again next 1 hour, the car covers 25 kilometer. Isn't it? Look at here. In equal interval of time. Okay, time 1 hour. So in equal interval of time, the object covers equal distances. Equal distances. Isn't it? So whenever an object covers equal distances in equal interval of time, so we can say the object are uniform motion. Is it? The object is in uniform motion. Okay. So next one is non-uniform motion. What is the next one? That is non-uniform motion. Consider the same car. The car starts its journey from point A. That is that point A. Okay. Then first 1 hour. In first 1 hour, the object covers 15 kilometer. Okay, what? The car covers 15 kilometer. Even next 1 hour. Next 1 hour the car covers 35 kilometer. How much? 35 kilometer. Even next 1 hour the same car covers 40 kilometer. How much? 40 kilometers. Isn't it? You look at here. Here the car covers unequal distances. Unequal distances in equal interval of time. Okay, your time same 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. But the distance covered by the car, that is 15 kilometers for first 1 hour, then 35 kilometers for next 1 hour, then 40 kilometers for next 1 hour. Isn't it? Here the car covers unequal distances in equal interval of time. Isn't it? So whenever an object covers unequal distances in equal interval of time, so we can say that is non-uniform motion. Isn't it? That is non-uniform motion. Okay, very simple. That is the difference between uniform and non-uniform motion. Okay, so this theoretical concept completed. Okay, so what we have seen in first video class, okay, that all theoretical parts, theoretical contents completed. Okay, so next we are going to revise the worksheet. Okay, the corresponding worksheet for first video class. Isn't it? Very simple. Okay, so in this session we have discussed what is that? What is motion, rest, distance, displacement, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Isn't it? So next we are going to revise worksheet. Okay, worksheet for first video class. Isn't it? Worksheet for first video class. Actually, this worksheet is uploaded in Google Classroom. Google Classroom 7th May 2020. Okay, right, man? 7th May 2020. Okay, so now I am going to discuss that worksheet. First video class worksheet that is based on motion, rest, distance, displacement, and uniform motion, non-uniform motion. That's all. Isn't it? Yes. I love that. Okay, first we'll start with answer the following. Okay, first Roman letter. Answer the following. Okay, Roman letter 1, what is that? Answer the following. Okay, in Roman letter 1, first question, what is that? A distance moved and the magnitude of displacement are equally. Okay, the question, the distance moved and the magnitude of the displacement are equal in under what condition? Just now we have seen that. Okay, just now we have seen what is that? The magnitude of the distance and displacement can have same magnitude. Okay, which means can have same magnitude value. Okay, under what condition? So whenever an object moves along a straight line. Alright, so whenever an object moves along a straight line, the magnitude of the distance will be equal to the magnitude of the displacement. Alright, okay, which is answer. Fourth one is the answer. Okay, alright, fourth one is the answer. The object moving on a straight road. The first question answer, what is that? D answer. First question answer D. Is that it? Yes. Next one, in which of the following cases of motion the distance moved and the magnitude displacement are equal? Okay, which means what is that? The distance and displacement magnitude same. Under what condition? The same question. Under what condition? Straight line. So whenever an object moves along a straight line, the magnitude of the distance and displacement will be same. Okay, which is answer? First one is the answer. Okay, so if the car is moving on a straight road. Okay, if the car is moving on the straight road. So second question answer A. Second question answer, what is it? A. Next one, third question, look at here. The numerical ratio of displacement to distance for a moving object is. Okay, the question again. The numerical ratio of displacement to distance for a moving object is, so what is the answer? And the options are always lesser than 1, equal to 1 or more than 1, always more than 1, equal to 1 or less than 1. Okay, so the mathematical concept, okay, let's start mathematical concept. Here the ratio of displacement to distance. Okay, so in mathematical form we can write displacement divided by distance. Am I right? So in mathematical concept we can write displacement divided by time. Why? Because look at here, what is the question? The ratio of displacement. Okay, the ratio of displacement. Okay, here that value is given displacement. So that is noted in what is that in numerator, isn't it? So we can write mathematical purpose. We can write displacement divided by distance, isn't it? Yes. So already we know the displacements are always lesser than the distance. Am I right? Displacement always lesser than the distance. Okay, so displacements so never be greater than the distance, isn't it? Note this point, very very important. Displacement always lesser than the distance, isn't it? But in some cases the displacement will be equal to distance. I mean the displacement will be equal to distance, but the displacements never be greater than the distance. Okay, so here displacement can be lesser than the distance, displacement can be equal to distance. Am I right? Note this point is very important. Okay, first one, in first condition I am going to take the displacement is lesser than, okay, displacement is lesser than the distance, isn't it? Yes. So first one I am going to take the displacement value is 80 kilometer. Displacement value is 80 kilometer and distance value it may be 100 kilometer. Okay, why? Because it will be greater than the distance displacement value. So it will be 100 kilometer, isn't it? Yes. So now you divide further. Use second table. This is 40. This is 25. Sorry, this is 50. Then again divide. This is 20 divided by 25. Alright, you further divide both. 20 divided by 25. This is smallest number. Put dot and add on 0. Okay, so 8 into 25 is equal to 200. Alright, so 8 0.8. So 8 into 25 is equal to 200. Okay, remaining 0. Isn't it? So now what is the value? What is the value of the ratio of displacement distance? That is 0.8. Am I right? So first condition 0.8. 0.8. So here 0.8 this is lesser than 1. Am I right? 0.8 is lesser than 1. Am I right? Yes. In second condition I am going to take both distance and displacement magnitude same. Isn't it? First condition, look at here. First condition I have taken the displacement value is less compared than distance value. Displacement value 80 km whereas distance value 100 km. Okay, why? Because the displacement is always lesser than distance. Am I right? So for further divides we can get what is the value that is lesser than 1. That value is lesser than 1. In second case I am going to take both distance and displacement magnitude same. What is that? Both distance and displacement magnitude same. So here the distance value 100 km. Distance value how much? 100 km. Whereas displacement value 100 km. Whereas distance value also 100 km. Alright. Displacement value 100 km as well as distance value also 100 km. You further divide both. You can get this equal to 1. Alright. Which is equal to 1. So in second condition, the ratio of displacement to distance is equal to 1. But in first condition, the ratio of displacement to distance, which is how much? 0.8. Okay, which means that is lesser than 1. In second condition, that is equal to the ratio of displacement to distance, that is equal to 1. So now what is the answer? So here the ratio of displacement to distance, okay, will be lesser than 1 or equal to 1. Sorry, lesser lesser than 1 or equal to 1. Okay, so which is answer? This answer, fourth one is answer. Okay, fourth one is answer, which means D answer. Equal to 1. Okay, that is equal to 1 or lesser than 1. Isn't it? That is third question answer. Third question answer, that is D. Third question answer, that is D. Isn't it? The ratio of displacement to distance can be lesser than 1. Okay, lesser than 1 and equal to 1. Equal to 1. It's very simple, don't get confusion. Okay. Next one, fourth one. Fourth one, a particle is moving in a circular path. A particle is moving in a circular path of radius r. The displacement, what is the displacement after half revolution? Look at here, what is the question? A particle is moving in a circular path. Okay, consider circular path. Okay, consider circular path. A particle is moving in a circular path. Okay, circular path of radius r. Radius how much? This is center part. This is center part of the circle. This is radius. Radius how much? R. Yes. So, what is the displacement after half circle? What is the displacement after half circle? Okay, consider circle path. Okay, an object starts a journey from point O. What is that? Point O, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. After some time, the object covers half cycle. Okay, which means a half circle. So now the object comes to position A. Alright, come to position A from O, isn't it? So which is equal to what is that? Okay, which is equal to what is that? This is equal to diameter. Okay, why? Because this is the initial position of the object. This is final position of the object. What is the displacement? The shortest distance between 2 points. That is displacement. Okay, here the question we have to find out displacement. Yes. So the shortest distance between 2 points. What is that? That is displacement, isn't it? So here look at here. So which is equal to OA is equal to what is that? This is diameter. Am I right? So if radius r and what about this? That is also r. So r plus r, what is that? R plus r, that is equal to 2r. So here, so this displacement equal to displacement that is equal to diameter. Displacement that is equal to diameter. So if radius is r, what about the diameter? R plus r is equal to 2r. Am I right? R plus r is equal to 2r. So what is the answer? For fourth question, the answer D, which is equal to 2r. Fourth question, the answer D, that is equal to 2r. Am I right? Yes. Next one, fifth one. An object is said to be in dash if it changes its position. Okay, note this point. It changes its position with respect to its surroundings in a given time. Okay, already we know. So whenever an object position changes from one place to another place, we can say that object at motion. So what is the answer here? Motion. An object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surroundings in a given time. So fifth one answer, motion. Fifth one answer, what is that? That is motion, isn't it? Yes. Next, sixth one. A dash is another object of scene with respect to which we compare an object position. Okay, dash is another object of scene with respect to which we compare an object position. Okay, here, so we can say any object position with the help of reference point. Am I right? With the help of reference point. For example, I am standing in front of you. Okay, I am standing in front of the camera. Okay, so I am 1 meter, 1 meters away from the camera, isn't it? Here I can say my position with respect to this camera. I mean, with respect to this camera. Here, camera is a reference point. Okay, so we can say the object position with respect to reference point. Here, what is the answer? Reference point is another object. A reference point is another object of scene with respect to which we compare an object position. Okay, sixth one answer, reference point. Okay, sixth one answer is reference point. Seventh one, physical quantities having dash are called scalars. Okay, already we know. scalar quantities, the scalar quantity has only magnitude, there is no direction. Okay, so here the physical quantities having only what? Only magnitude are called scalars, because scalar quantity has only magnitude, there is no direction. So 7th one answer, what is that? Only magnitude. 7th one, it is magnitude. Yes. Next, 8th one. Dash is the shortest distance covered by a moving object from the point of reference in a specific direction. Dash is the shortest distance. Already we know what is shortest distance. Displacement is the shortest distance. Am I right? The displacement is the shortest distance between 2 points. Okay, what is the answer? Displacement is the shortest distance covered by a moving object from the point of reference in a specific direction. Isn't it? The shortest distance means that is displacement. Displacement is the shortest distance between 2 points. Okay, so first Roman completed. Next one is that Roman letter 2. Roman letter 2, short answer. Roman letter 2, what is that? Short answer, yes. A particle moves over 3/4. Okay, look at here. A particle moves over 3/4 of a circle of radius r. What is the magnitude of its displacement? Okay, here we have to find out what is that magnitude of the displacement. Is it only displacement, not a distance? Isn't it? Yes. A particle moves over a 3/4. Okay, listen here. Okay, consider circle. Okay, this is circle. Okay, we can split the circle into 4 quarters. Am I right? 4 quarters like this. Okay, consider circle. We can split. Okay, which means we can separate the circle into 4 quarters. So this is first quarter, second, third, and this is fourth quarters. Isn't it? Yes. Consider a particle, which means any object. Consider an object. That object starts its journey from point A. Point A. Isn't it? Yes. Here, the object moves along the circumference of the circle. Isn't it? Circumference of the circle. Then after some time, the object covers 3/4. How much? 3/4. So the object starts the journey from point O. After some time, the object covers quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3. Okay. So finally, the object comes to position A. Alright, finally the object comes to position A, isn't it? So now we are going to calculate what is the displacement. Very simple. What is the displacement? So already what is displacement? The shortest distance between initial position, final position. Alright, here this is initial position, this is final position. This is initial position and this is final position. Alright, this is initial position and final position, isn't it? Here, what is the radius? Radius R. What is that? Radius R. This is R. This is middle point of the circle. Isn't it? Radius R. So the shortest distance between initial position and final position. So this is displacement. And this is displacement. Okay. Now consider this is point B. The midpoint of the circle. Okay, the center point of the circle, that is B. Isn't it? Yes. So we know OA value. OA is equal to R. Alright? OA is equal to R. Then BA is equal to R. BA is equal to R. Then what is the value of OA? What is the value of OA? We don't know that. Okay, so we don't know the OA value. We have to calculate that. That is, what is that? That is displacement value. Isn't it? Yes. Listen here. So this is right angle triangle. Alright, this is right angle triangle. The angle is here. So what is the opposite side to this angle? That is hypotenuse. Alright? So this is hypotenuse. So we know OB value and BA value. Okay, but we don't know this OA value. We have to calculate that because that is displacement. Isn't it? That is displacement. So this is right angle triangle. The opposite is angle, that is hypotenuse. Okay, in this situation, what can we do? Okay, here we can take Pythagoras theorem. Am I right? Here we can take Pythagoras theorem. We can see, we can take Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? Okay, you already studied that. What is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem very simple. Look at here. The square of hypotenuse that is equal to sum of squares of two opposite sides. Am I right? This is hypotenuse, this is opposite side. Okay, so OB and BA opposite side and OA that is hypotenuse. So the square of hypotenuse that is equal to sum of squares of two opposite sides. Am I right? So here we can write OA square, which means this hypotenuse OA square that is equal to OB square plus BA square, right? BA square. So the sum of the square of hypotenuse, which means OA square that is equal to the sum of squares of two opposite sides. Okay, which means squares of OB square, squares of OB then square of BA. Isn't it? Yes. Okay, so now we are going to calculate this value, OB value. Sorry, this OA value because of this displacement. So what is OB value? That is R. So OB is equal to R square plus then BA value that is R square. Am I right? Yes. So OA square that is equal to R square plus R square. So we can write this 2R square. Am I right? So we can write this 2R square. So OA square that is equal to 2R square. Yes. So but we need only OA, not OA square, because OA that is displacement. That is equal to displacement. Okay. So OA that is equal to root of 2R square. Am I right? OA that is equal to root of 2R square. So remember right here. So OA that is equal to 2R square. Isn't it? Yes. So we can write this. We can write this root 2 into root of R square. Am I right? Because this root is common for both 2 and R square. Isn't it? Yes. We can write root 2 into root R square. Isn't it? So here this root and square cancel. Root and square cancels. We can get only R. So we can write root 2R. So OA value how much? OA value root 2R. Isn't it? So the displacement value how much? The displacement that is equal to root 2R. Further, if you know the root 2 value, you can substitute that. Isn't it? You can substitute that. Okay. So OA displacement value is root 2R. Next question. How can we describe the position of the object? How can we describe the position of the object? So with respect to reference point, we can say the position of the object. Isn't it? With respect to reference point or surroundings, we can say the position of the object. Isn't it? Yes. Next, give two examples of bodies having non-uniform motion. Okay, consider one object. Okay, I have a chalk piece. Okay, so when I drop this chalk piece from certain height from the earth surface, what will happen? Here, the chalk piece speed continuously increases. Okay, chalk piece speed continuously increases. Why? Because of gravity, the earth pulls the all object towards its center. So when I drop any object from certain height, okay, so certain height from the earth's surface, here speed continuously increases. Okay, so the chalk piece. Okay, so when I drop the chalk piece, the chalk piece will cover 1 centimeter for first 1 second, and 3 centimeter for next second, and 4 centimeter for next second. Isn't it? Because the speed continuously increases when I drop like this. Speed continuously increasing. So this is one of the example. Isn't it? Any object that is drop certain height from the earth's surface. That is one of the example for non-uniform motion. Isn't it? So next one, a car that is moving, crowded area. A car or any object. Okay, an object that is moving in a crowded area. So in crowded area, we cannot maintain the constant speed. Okay, sometimes we have to increase our speed. Sometimes we have to decrease our speed. Isn't it? That is two examples for non-uniform motion. Okay, first one, an object that is dropping a certain height from the earth's surface. That is first one. Next one, object that is moving in a crowded area. Next one, if the displacement of the body is 0, is it necessary that is distance covered by it is also 0? No, that is not possible. That is not possible. Okay, so whenever the initial position, final position coincides with initial position, there will be what? There will be displacement 0. But what about the displacement? There is distance covered by the object. Okay, so whenever the initial position coincides with final position, displacement 0, but there is distance covered by the object. So here displacement does not necessary to become 0. Okay, sorry, distance not necessary to become 0, but displacement becomes 0, isn't it? Yes. Next one, can the displacement be greater than the distance covered by the object? No, that is not possible. Displacement never be greater than the distance. Displacement is always lesser than the distance value because that is shortest distance between 2 points. Yes. Next one. So when do the distance and displacement of a moving object have the same magnitude? Okay, just now we have seen what is that. So whenever object moves along a straight line, the magnitude of the distance and displacement will be same. Is that it? Yes. Next one. A body is moving along a circular path of radius. A body is moving along a circular path of radius r. So what will be the distance travel and displacement when it completes a half revolution? Isn't it here? Question. Your body is moving along a circular path of radius r. What is the radius here? The circular path of radius r, capital R. So radius, what is that? That is r, capital R. So what will be the distance travel and displacement when it completes half revolution? Isn't it here? Consider an object. That object starts its journey from point A. Consider an object that point starts its journey from point A. Then after some time, after some time the object covers half revolution, which means the car comes to position B. Am I right? Here, this is initial position. A is initial position and B is the final position. Now we find out the distance and displacement. Okay, first let's start with the distance. Okay, let's start with distance. Okay, listen here. Here the object moves along a circumference. Okay, along the circumference of the circle, isn't it? So here distance that is equal to circumference. Distance that is equal to circumference. Okay, what is circumference of the circle? That is 2 pi r. Am I right? Circumference of the circle, that is 2 pi r. So we can write is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, here the object moves along the circumference of the circle. So here circumference, that is 2 pi r. Okay, but listen here the object covers only half revolution. Okay, which means object comes to only position B. Okay, only half revolution. So add 1 by 2 because the object covers only half revolution, isn't it? Yes. So here 2 cancel. Am I right? 2 cancel. Remaining what is the answer? Pi r. Okay, what is r? R means that is radius. Radius value, that is capital R. So we can write capital R. So distance that is equal to pi r. Isn't it? Pi r. R is a capital R because the radius of the circle, that is capital R, not a small r. Okay, yes. Next, what is the displacement? What is the displacement? Displacement is nothing but the initial position minus final position. Yes. This is initial position and that is final position. So the shortest distance between initial position and final position, that is displacement. Am I right? So this is displacement. Am I right? So if radius is r, what about this? That is also r. Okay, if radius is r, then that is also r. So here the displacement is equal to diameter. Is am I right? Displacement is equal to diameter because shortest distance between 2 points. This is initial point, this is final point. So this is equal to diameter. Am I right? So displacement value how much? R plus r. That is equal to r plus r. That is equal to 2r. Am I right? R plus r, that is equal to 2r. Isn't it? So distance value how much? Distance pi r and displacement value, that is 2r. Isn't it? So very simple. So today's class getting over. Okay, remaining you will see next class. I hope today's class is working. Okay, so in this session we have discussed so many things. Okay, for example, what is motion, rest, reference point, uniform motion, non-uniform motion, then units for both distance and displacement, then worksheets also completed. Isn't it? You again recall at home. Don't waste your time, you again recall at home. Isn't it? Yes, today's class getting over. So thank you very much. Bye.